I am about to eat a chef's salad I got at Publix. I mostly like it, not crazy about their dressing, so I have my own Greek dressing. And other than that, cucumbers, I'll probably skip the cucumbers, but other than that, fantastic. Who has a picky eater at their house? Do any of you? I remember when I was a child, my sister and I did not always like the vegetables. My mother's a phenomenal cook. But there are certain vegetables we just didn't want to eat, but they would make us sit at the table and we could not get up until we'd eaten all of our vegetables. That's when we discovered our miniature schnauzer would eat anything, including veggies. But then we got caught feeding our vegetables to the dog, and so eventually we would sit at the table until we were forced to eat it. That's pretty good parenting. These days I see a lot of parents say, "Oh, Johnny, I'm sorry, you don't want a broccoli? How about some mac and cheese and chicken nuggets?" By making us eat the vegetables, guess what? To this day, I love all vegetables. I really do. But what we find today in Numbers chapter 11, which I hope you've already read, is people complaining about their food. The Israelites were sick and tired of manna. Remember, God was catering every meal, giving them manna, everything they needed to live. And there were a certain group, it said, that were complaining. More than that, they were wailing. "We're sick of this miserable food." They even went so far as to say, let me read, "We remember the fish we ate in Egypt and the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic." Oh, we had leeks and onions and garlic and bad breath, probably. Are you really comparing your situation now with Egypt, where you also were slaves? You had no freedom. You were tortured and beaten and forced to work. Are you really comparing your current situation to that, when God has blessed them so richly? Do you know how God responded? If you read the chapter, you do. God said, "You want meat to eat? Okay." And God sent quail throughout the camp. But the scripture says, while the meat was still in their teeth, you know what else God sent? He sent a plague. And those who craved the other food were actually killed by the plague. At the very end of the chapter, it said, they named that place where the severe plague came Kibroth Hattava. Kibroth Hattava literally means graves of craving. They craved the other food, and it led to their death. Now, clearly, if you find yourself complaining, something that dramatic won't happen to you. But the object lesson for us today, the application for us today is obvious. Don't complain. When you've been so richly blessed, when we have so much, why would we complain about anything? And so my challenge for you for the rest of the day is, when you're tempted to complain about traffic or about your kids or about something your boss did, when you're tempted to complain about anything, about how tired you are, maybe rethink it. Instead of complaining about one minor thing in your life, maybe focus on the many, many, many blessings that you do have, like the manna that God had given them. You've been given some manna, blessings from above, sent from God. The greatest of those is His Son. If all we had is Jesus, we have plenty to be thankful for. Have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.